Hi everyone, Mr. Simmer here. Welcome to this week's edition of Mods Worth Noting. First thing I'm going to mention is variable opening time. Now this does require you to play with the XML of the map. I don't know how involved it might be, but it is mentioned here down at the end that these times need to be stored within that. I'm assuming there must be some information once you get the file that will explain it, but basically gates and doors, productions, points of sale, buying points, and deposits into greenhouses. So I'm assuming that means, like, if I'm putting seeds, fertilizer, and other things in there, can only be done during certain hours. So you can see working hours here, 6 to noon, 8 to 10, for example. So they're closed from 10 to noon, and then they're open from 12 to 6, and then so forth. So here between 8 and 10, it's 8-11. They're now operating, but otherwise the production would be closed. So this would add some options into the game. Now, it's certainly some complexity, like if suddenly you can't sell things late at night, you've got to remember, well, I'm going to have to get things to the sell point by this time or it closes. And so this window of the opening time, it says, is optional. So obviously if you kind of have your XML set up and you know what your opening times of your businesses in your map are, then you don't have to always show them. But if you want to, this gives you an option where it will display those from the XML. Next mod is unload bales early. I've certainly thought about this myself on my farm over in Misty Hills and Farmers Only Club for sure, where I'm 90% done with a cotton bale, and if I'm really pushing for money, it's like, yeah, it'd be nice to have those extra few $1,000s, but instead it's stuck inside the equipment. This lets you set something where the default is 10%, that it allows unloading bales beyond a configurable threshold. So if you're looking for that type of change and you're on a PC, you can go ahead and use this mod. This batch seems to be a lot of specific mods. So once again, PC only. They call it indoor camera auto rotation. So for front loaders, wheel loaders, and telehandlers, and these specific ones listed down here. So basically Schaefer and Class Torian, when you rotate the front of the vehicle, because they're articulated and so forth in the center, the camera will go ahead and rotate with it. So another mod, PC only, is adjustable mirrors that lets you just tilt the mirrors in your vehicles the way you would in real life so that you can adjust them and see what you'd like to see in the mirror itself. So automatic water for animals and greenhouses is a different way to not have to constantly fill water. So it's this item here. But basically you also need a silo with water nearby that it can use. So it talks about it being an extension of a silo filled with water. You just need to use it accordingly, but it gives you the ability to just stop worrying about filling water within your animal pens and your greenhouses. So a new production yogurt factory lets you produce butter, cheese, and 4 types of yogurt. So it's basically a modified dairy, if you think of it that way. Modder did not post anything with any recipes or anything like that, but if you're looking for a new production, this might be something worth checking out. And that will do it for this week's edition of Mods Worth Noting. I'll see you next time.